Good morning to all of you from Chicago. I would request you to close the eyes. We bring our attention to the top of the head, to the fontanel. And Sri Gurudev says, not only attention, but remain in the fontanel. We remember Sri Babaji Maharaj. Om Varishtaya Garishtaya Kutastaya Cha Sakshine Satchidananda Rupaya Mahavataraya Namaha. We bow to Babaji Maharaj as Supreme, remaining in the soul center as a witness to all the activities, phenomena in my life. I bow to that Supreme as existence, pure consciousness, and fully content bliss. We remember the lineage of Master. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shyama Charana Madhyamam Asmadacharya Pariyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. We remember God as the first Guru, Lahiri Mahasaya in the middle, till Sri Guruji. We remember the lineage of Master as one principle. Ishwaraha Gururatmaiti Murtibheda Vibhagine Vyomabhat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. We bow to the first Guru, God, as Dakshinamurti, as the one who is looking down upon all of us, remaining in the fontanel, who is manifesting as Sri Guru in entirety, who is present within me as pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanya. I bow to that pure consciousness in three aspects: as inner self, as Sri Guru, and as all-pervading principle. Om Tat Sat Om. Good morning again, and I bow to you all. So thank you for joining. Today we'll deliberate a little bit on some ideas, some concepts. And we'll first take some teachings from Lahiri Mahasaya, and keeping that as our core understanding, core thought process, we'll expand our understanding. So I will read 3 teachings from Lahiri Mahasaya, and that would be our today's discussion. You can say the core part of it. So the first one, Lahiri Baba says, I will first, I did not bring the Bengali one. I should have brought that. But anyway, I'll say it in English. Baba says, those one who expects Sukha, Sukha means happiness, and Dirghayu means long life. Those who expects happiness and long life, but doesn't want Mukti. Mukti is freedom. Sometimes we call it as salvation, but salvation is not really same as freedom. We will probably deliberate on that, why it is different. Those who want happiness and long life but doesn't want freedom, they are all hypocrites. Lahiri Baba uses the word in Bengali called Phakibaji. Phakibaji means hoodwinking, not really serious kind of. Those people seek blessings, but the blessings don't come, or the blessings are not received. This is the first teaching for today's we are going to discuss. The second one, Lahiri Baba talks about grace of Guru. He says, you don't have to seek the grace of Guru. Grace of Guru is ever present and has always been. Remaining steadfast to Guru's teaching, the grace of Guru is reflected in your own life automatically or spontaneously. Then Baba says, Lahiri Baba says, taking the teachings of the Guru or the path the Guru has given, in your own stillness, in your own calmness, when we realize God, that is grace. गुरु के उपदेश के हिसाब से अपनी स्थिर प्राण में भगवत बोध करना है. Lahiri Baba says, through the teachings of the Guru or using the teachings of the Guru, when the stillness is experienced or calmness is experienced, in that calmness, when we realize or experience God, that is called Guru Krupa or grace of Guru. What is this calmness? Then Baba says, any types of action through which calmness of breath is achieved, that is called virtues. That is called religion. That is called duties. And anything else which brings restlessness to breath, those are not virtues, those are vices. One is dharma. Dharma is that, or religion is that, which brings calmness to the breath. In that breath, Baba says, when we realize or we remember or when we experience God, that is grace of Guru. That is freedom, and that's what we need to seek. Otherwise, if we are seeking happiness and long life, then that, Baba says, is not a proper attitude or proper way to live. So this should be this is the teaching that more or less I told you what we are going to discuss. In fact, you probably don't need to attend the rest of the class because the principal part is discussed. We'll elaborate a little bit, keeping ourselves as the subject. We see that in the analysis can start by myself when the subject matter is me. If the subject matter is not me, then there are difficulties that come in between. Let us say, for example, the subject matter is God. If the subject matter is God, and the God is a being that is outside of me, then immediately I need to look for instruments, I need to look for mechanism to discuss about God. And that limits me, because the moment is external, my capability or my capacity to influence external instruments or ability or methodologies limits me. But in spiritual tradition, especially in the yoga and Vedanta, this part is very clearly said. that while seeking of God is not taken away, but first look at you as a subject matter. So the subject matter of my search is me. The one who is seeking is me. The one who is being sought is me. And the mechanism or the methodologies or the instruments that I use to seek me is also fully within my capacity, completely within my capacity available to me. Hence, I am not dependent on anybody. I am not dependent on external circumstances to do this work. Hence, I am fully independent. This is the thought process we need to understand. Because if this part is clear to us, then there would be no weakness in us, in the sense that for me to know myself or to realize myself or whatever it is, to search myself or to analyze myself, I am available. Subject matter is available, which is again me. The instruments are available through which I am going to do this search. So today, we are going to discuss this aspect of freedom or aspect of finding solutions to our life through ourselves. No external element is involved. We'll bring Guru to the picture at certain points, but then again, we'll see why Guru is important in that sense. You see, when we look at our life very closely, we are continuously trying to fulfill something. Whatever our fulfillment, there is a need, there is a physical need, bodily need. What is it? Food. For example, the body needs regular food, the body needs sleep, the body needs exercise, and so on and so forth. The body needs clothes, the body needs proper cleaning, so on and so forth. There is a bodily need. Some part of the bodily needs are absolutely critical, cannot be avoided. Some part of it are in the middle. That means up to certain extent avoidance is fine, but long-term avoidance is not good. Then some part of our bodily needs which we have created can be avoided, but we use it as part of a culture, tradition. So for example, I have put a vermilion mark or red dot. I have put it in my body. It is a bodily need, but it can be avoided fully and it would have no consequences on the body, like that. So there is a bodily need. Most of us are familiar with it. We don't need much elaboration. Further than that, if we go just one step behind, there is a mental need. There is a need of the mind. What is the need of the mind? The need of the mind is, I need company, I need a little entertainment, I need a little relaxation, mental relaxation. I need to walk out, see the nature. I cannot sit in the same room. So there is a mental need which we more or less address through relationship, through emotions, like that. And this part of it also, we are more or less familiar. So we don't need to elaborate too much on that. The third part, So the bodily need, the mind need, the need of the mind. The third part we can call it as the need of the intellect or need of spiritual need. The spiritual need is generally what we are doing now. We are sitting together and discussing some concepts, some ideas, some thoughts. Now, if we don't do, the bodily need would not be affected. The mental need probably is up to a certain extent affected, but not much. What we generally strive as a spiritual need or intellectual need, which is need of the higher mind, which means Generally, we address this through charity, virtues, helping others, kinds of that we understand that. So if we go to a temple, the physical need is very little. The mental need is there little bit. The spiritual need or intellectual need is highest. When I am taking food, the physical need is highest. The mental need is there. Spiritual need is almost not there. So we can differentiate our needs into these three categories. It's not necessarily the only way, but today's discussion, we can do this. These three needs, whether it is physical, mental, another spiritual need is curiosity, called jigyasa. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna has said that 4 kinds of people look for God. What he says that first one is artharthi, those who are seeking material desires or material fulfillment. The second one is artha, those who are in bodily pain. The third one is jigyasu, the one who wants to know, who is suffering or who is having difficulty because some things are not very clear to him. This is up to a certain extent mental need, but more towards a spiritual need or intellectual need. So in our life, we address these 3 needs, physical, mental, and spiritual, in 3 ways. And those are called as purushartha. Purushartha means we make an effort, we make a diligent step to address this problem or address this lacunae or incompleteness through artha, which is material possessions, through kama, which is fulfillment of desires, and through dharma, by performing some virtuous activities. Meditation is one of them. Meditation, rituals, helping others, all what we call as virtues, we also utilize that as a mechanism to fulfill this discontentment. So our discontentment comes from 3 parts, physical, mental, and spiritual or intellectual. And the fulfillment comes from 3 ways, artha, kama, and dharma. Material possessions or the material need. Mental need or kama. Kama means the fulfillment of desires. And dharma, virtuous work that fulfills us to this discontentment. Let us take the concept of food. So food is needed. Food by itself will fulfill the belly. Whether it is taken with closed eyes, opened eyes, in sleep, non-sleep, whether it doesn't matter where, the food will take care of the bodily need. But then we go back to the taste part. Taste part is more or less a concept of mind. So the food must be tasty, comes from the physical need to the mental need. Mind knows what a taste is. It likes it. It wants it again. And hence, food must be tasty. Otherwise, there is dissatisfaction, not from the body, but from the mind. But then we go to another steps, which is our Guru's teaching is make it a Kriya practice. How? There is food which has nutrition and everything else. It is also tasty, but then it is offered to God. So when I'm eating an food offered to God, sanctified, then I call it as a prasada. Prasada means offered food. Then I have this inner satisfaction that this is offered food and I am offering it to, it has been already offered to God. Or as Sri Gurudev says, offered to God within. So we are taking the food in our prayer. We say, this the food is God. The one who is eating the food is God. Hari Data, the one who is giving the food is God. Hari Bhokta, the one who is eating the food is God. Hari Annam, The one I am eating, the food itself is God. So this concept then transcends to the intellectual part or more towards the spiritual part. So the same taking the food has three dimensions, or we can say three stages: the physical aspect, the mental aspect, and the spiritual aspect. All these things that we do is to fulfill something that we are not content with. So the physical need is I am hungry. The mental need is that I have not eaten pizza for a long time, hence I need to eat pizza. So food is there, another food is there, but I desire to eat pizza, hence the mental need has been created. Now, as we have learned from our masters or gurus, when we eat without remembering or without being conscious or without remaining God, we feel odd. We feel little that something is missing. So this discontentment is the reason why we try to do our work in these three ways: material, mental, and spiritual. Physical need, mental need, spiritual need. We fulfill that through means: material possession, fulfillment of desires, and dharma, doing virtuous deeds. So three needs, three ways to fix it. So three problems, three ways to solve that problem. I hope this is clear. If not, please send me a note. I'm open to discuss a little bit more on this. We'll go to the next step. Then the question arises. Recently, in a discussion with Dollar's group, there was a question we discussed. If everything in my life is going well, do I need to meditate? And the question is absolutely no. Everything is going well, why do you need to meditate? If you are content, then why do you need to meditate? Why add another type of activities and stress yourself? But then the question we can ask is, what do we mean by everything is going well? Well, everything is going well, I mean is that I am healthy, I have a comfortable job, so I am materially well, my family is well, I have no unhappiness as such. So hence, I say that everything is going well. So now, then we can say that, well, probably I don't have any issues. This is true. If I have material things in a good shape, if my relationship with respect to family is in a good shape, my own health is in good shape, I am having overall emotional balance, that means I don't have conflict all around, that is in good shape. I fulfill my intellectual needs through reading books and so on and so forth, that is okay. Then my life is overall balance. Then why do I need meditation? And this is a question we can ask ourselves. But I'll tell you what the gurus how gurus approach the problem. They say, so we go to a guru and we say, Baba, I do not need meditation. Everything is going fine in my life. And I gave these examples: physical need, mental need, spiritual need, or physical need, family need, health-wise, emotion-wise, intellectually wise. I am okay. No problem. Why do I need to meditate? Then the gurus ask, you have come to a state of certain level of balance, which is perfectly fine. But then ask yourself, can you hold on to this balance? Is it in your capacity to remain in this balance as long as you want? If the answer is yes, then you don't need meditation. If the answer is no, that means Yes, this balance exists, but this balance can get destabilized, disturbed at any moment, at any point of time. And the reason of it is not, it's beyond my control. Then the Guru would say, shouldn't you think about that this balance itself is a fragile balance? So the contentment that you are talking about is a fragile contentment. That means it can get disturbed anytime. And nothing is in your control, nothing, which can bring back the balance again. For example, God forbid it happens to us. It will happen to us at any time. But I hope. Suppose somebody says, I have my job, my family, everything is set. Any external event can happen. Thereby, there can be disturbances in job. There can be disturbances in family. We just saw in our life, the pandemic disturbed so many people in their families. So many people lost their family members. Life is uncertain, life is fragile. So this fragility of life, in my life, your life, everyone's life, the fragility of material possessions, do we have control? The Guru is asking. Mr. or Madam, do you have control over your life? Can you say that in my family, nobody is going to die or going to leave me? Can you say that the material possessions you have, which has brought you a state of contentment, will remain as it is as long as you are there? Can you assure that? If I can say, yes, I assure it, there is no way it can go away, then the Guru said that, well, you don't need meditation. So this fear of fragility, the fear of uncertainty, it's so much that internally, inherently, without even our understanding, we have a foundational fear within us. This fear expresses itself differently through insecurity, through anger, and all kinds of things. And all this is going back to this foundational fear that there is uncertainty in my life. There would be sun tomorrow. There would be wind tomorrow. There would be rain tomorrow. The trees are there. My life is uncertain because I am the subject matter. The subject matter analysis says that the one I am analyzing at this point of my understanding is fragile. I don't know whether the next moment Sahajananda would be there or tomorrow Sahajananda would be there. That assurance none of us can give it. I cannot give it to myself also. This uncertainty or fragility of life is the basis of all negative emotions. And this in the Yoga Sutra, says Patanjali calls it as Abhinivesha. And it is one of the Pancha Kleshas. And it is not the foundation. The foundation is something else, which we call as ignorance, but we'll come back to that. Ignorance or niscience is the word used as avidya, but fear rests just on the top of it. So there is no way we can get rid of this fragility or this fear of not being of non-existence. We cannot get rid of it. We cannot get away from it. What we have done so far is that we have hidden it through engagement, through entertainment, all kinds of things. We have hidden this. It is still hidden. Hence, contentment that we see outside in our life is basically a facade underneath which a deep discontentment is rising, is lying. So and this problem unfortunately cannot solved by any means we know in our life. Hence, this is a non-solvable problem. So any solution is not going to provide any solution for it. So the solution for this problem just does not exist. So then the question arises, does that mean that we have to live with this problem all of your life? Does this mean that fear is something that we have to continue living? To address this particular question, we approach somebody whom we call as guru or teacher. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna has a similar problem. He approaches his guru. When we approach the guru with this problem, that life is fragile, how do I address this fragility problem? The guru may provide a solution. The guru may not provide a solution. We don't know. But what the spiritual masters tell, what the guru does, is that guru is called Bhavaroga Vaidyam. So this is called Bhavaroga. Bhavaroga means this is a disease of the world. It is a disease of the world that cannot be healed or cannot be addressed through any means we are familiar with, not through any medicine, not through any lifestyle, not through any exercise. So guru is called Bhavaroga Vadyam. So when we approach the guru with this problem, the guru is asking some questions. The first question is, hello mister, is the guru's question to the disciple. Is this a problem at all to you? Yes sir, this is a problem. I am afraid, I am shaken. Then the guru is asking, is this your problem? Yes sir, this is my problem because I am afraid that I might die tomorrow or die at any moment. And whatever balance, contentment I have built in, I do not know. Then the guru is asking, do you know where this problem is arising from? I truly don't know. And then the guru's next question is asking, do you know why it is arising? Where it is arising and why it is arising? On whom it is arising? These are the three questions. And all these three questions are in me. I don't have to go to find solutions outside. Is it a problem? Yes, it is a problem. Is it your problem? Yes, sir, it is my problem. Do you know where it is coming from? I don't know, sir. Do you know why it is coming from? I don't know, sir. So this is where the disciple has opened himself of his problem and the guru is stepping in. Generally, we go to masters for different problems. All of us have gone, Baba, I do not know this, what to do. Baba, I have this problem, what to do. But the true nature of a guru-disciple relationship is this. That's why we come back to Lahiri Baba's teaching when Baba said, those who are seeking happiness and long life are hypocrites. So we can analyze ourselves. So far our expectations from Guru, is this happy life? Is this only happy and long life? If so, then we have not gone out of that hypocrisy. We have not gone out of that hoodwinking ourselves. So the Guru says, some problems need solution. Some problems don't need solutions. For example, Chicago has a winter problem. That does not need solution because it is foolishness to go and make sure that Chicago is warm like Florida. So it's not. So some problems don't need solutions. Some problems need solutions. But then there is another statement. What if the problem that you are facing is not a problem at all? What if the problem is not a problem? Hence, the solution you are looking for is not needed. This is where the principle or the supremacy of the Guru comes in. Because nobody has told me like that. Everybody has tried to find a solution for me. But here, an individual, whether Guru is he or she, for our conversation we'll use he. But Guru can be man and women, we know that. Where the Guru is approaching the problem, he says that, my dear, is this really a problem? Can we talk about that? The first question, is this a problem? Which you said yes. Can we talk about it? Can we converse about it? There is a beautiful Guru, there is a beautiful mantra. Most of us have heard about it in the Guru Gita. It says, Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshuhu unmilitam yena tasmai sri gurave namaha. So it says that Ajnana timira. Timira means darkness. Andha. Timira means Timira andha goes together. The darkness of blind, of being blind. The darkness is coming not because there is no light outside. There is light outside, but I am blind. Ajnana timirandhasya. But that is coming because of something called ajnana, something called niscience, ignorance. Jnana anjana shalakaya. What is the Guru is doing? The Guru is providing an ointment. So in earlier days, when there were cataracts, the Guru was bringing, or the doctor was bringing an ointment and putting in the eyes, and the ointment was dissolving the cataract on the eyes. So taking that as a simile, as an example, here it is said, Jnana anjana shalakaya. So the ointment is in the form of knowledge. And the Guru puts that anjana in the eyes. What it does, it dissolves the cataract of ignorance. Chakshu unmilitam. Then I open my eyes. I was blind before. Then I open my eyes. Then I see everything. The Guru does not need to explain that outside this, outside that, outside this. The eyes existed before. The eyes existed before, the eyes exist now, the eyes exist will in future. The world exists outside, the light exists outside. The difference was the cataract. So the Guru is supreme, not because Guru gives anything. The Guru himself says, I don't give you anything. I rather remove something. What does Guru remove? So as you know, Guru does not inject anything. The Guru only removes something that should not exist. Cataract should not exist. So the Guru removes that which should not have been there. So the Guru is a remover. And that is the supremacy of the Guru. Everybody provides me something. The Guru takes away something from me. What does Guru take away? What does Guru take away? Guru takes away an idea from me. Takes away a notion out of me. Guru takes away a particular thinking out of me. A particular thought. A conditioning. And those are the one that cannot be done. And after that is taken away, what do I get? I actually do things, or I actually see things as natural as it should have been. The Guru does not provide me eyes. And the Guru says that, look, I am not going to provide you eyes. I am not going to provide you the world. I am going to remove only the layer in between the eyes and the world, which is called as Ajnana timira, or the layer of ignorance, layer of darkness. So Guru provides nothing new. Guru only provides me a mechanism or methodology how to remove things that doesn't belong to me. And hence, Guru is a remover. And that mechanism or methodology he provides me to remove something that doesn't belong to me. It's called the teachings of the Guru. And in that teachings, through that teachings, what we achieve, what we could not achieve before, our discontentment, physical discontentment, mental discontentment, intellectual or spiritual discontentment, I continuously was striving to fulfill. But with the foundation of fear, and the Guru takes away the two layers of the foundation, ignorance or nescience and the fear, he removes that. And thereby making us what we call as free. So even if after that, my physical needs are there and I am fulfilling it. I have some mental needs here and there, I am fulfilling it. I have some intellectual needs, I am fulfilling it. But I am no more discontent within. I am no more afraid or fearful, because the cataract has been taken away. This concept is called moksha or freedom. It is not called salvation, because in salvation, moksha means that you are no more interested in this. No more, it doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother us. So in the Tattvabodha, Adi Shankara said, here, Swargabhogeshu Asha Rahityam Viraga. That means I am neither interested or I am hardly concerned about fulfilling my desires here, or I am hardly worried about fulfilling my desires in heaven. So hence, the idea of salvation is a little bit different than moksha. Moksha is that I am free right here, right now. And the supreme teachings of the Guru provides the mechanism and methodology to give us that. So the solution that we are trying in our life is not going to solve any problem. The Guru said that he reorient that. So reorient fulfilling our physical desire, mental desire, intellectual desire, so that it can be directed to make you free of it. So there is a saying that we have fourfold goals: physical fulfillment, mental fulfillment, intellectual fulfillment, and all these three fulfillments are needed or desired so that I can fulfill myself in such a way that I do not need those three fulfillments again, or I am not concerned about those three fulfillments. So that means that everything that we do physically, mentally, intellectually must be directed to be free from that. And that is essentially what Kriya practices. Hence, taking food is actually a part of path of God realization. Talking, discussing, listening is also part of methodology to God realization. If we can, and all of us, taking the teachings of the Guru, if we can cultivate this, then only we are moving forward. Yesterday, there was a monastery in Chicago. There, Swamiji had invited us. One of the Swamiji made a very beautiful point. It touched me. It's Kriya teaching only. He said the fulfillment or the contentment comes when we are constantly reminding ourselves that in whatever activities we are doing, through that, I am proceeding in the path of freedom, in the path of moksha. So whether I am cooking in this, through this, that is the only thought we should have at that time, according to the Swamiji. If you are cooking, consider the cooking as the highest activity for you in the path of freedom. He said that if we cultivate this attitude, then the freedom is right there. And it really touched me. We also hear that from Sri Gurudev's teaching, that everything done without God consciousness becomes a binding factor. And when it is done with Ya or God consciousness, it becomes Kriya, and it becomes a mechanism or methodology for freedom. With that, we will go for meditation. We close our eyes, eyebrows raised, spine straight. When the eyebrows are raised very nicely, awareness of the attention in the fontanel becomes easier. When we focus or be attentive of the fontanel, eventually we see that as if I am remaining in the fontanel. Remaining in the fontanel that is on the top, I am observing the whole body. And watching the breath. In the inhalation, breath is coming towards me. In the exhalation, breath is going away from me. I am in the fontanel. That is the feet of Guru, Sri Guru Pada. Let us take a slow, long, deep breath. Inhale, holding in the fontanel. Bend the head, or if you are able to, bend along with the spine. Exhale. but try to remain in the fontanel. To right, to the middle, left, to the middle, but trying to be in the fontanel. Somebody can chant Om, Om, Om to remain there. Sri Gurudev says, remaining on the mountain top. Inhale, holding, slowly sitting up. Exhale. Normal breath. Eyebrows raised, awareness in the fontanel. That awareness, Sri Gurudev says, Masters say, is contaminated by mind, by thoughts, by restlessness. When the restlessness comes to rest, then that is called Suddha Chaitanya, pure consciousness. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, to remain in the fontanel. If you are listening to the divine sound, mentally chant Om and connect it to the divine sound. Anybody can practice this. Om Namaha. I bow Pranavarthaya. You are Pranava. You are Om. Shuddha Jnana, your pure knowledge, which is the ointment I need to remove the cataract. Ekamurtaye, you are one fundamental principle with no alternative. Nirmala, you are pure, without any blemishes, without any discontentment. Prashanta, since you have no flaws, hence you are content, peaceful, completely. You are Guru. You are God in the form of Guru, Guru in the form of God. Let us bow to that principle within and bow to that principle in Guruji or lineage of masters. May the blessings of God and Gurus be upon us all. May we seek freedom through life and not happiness and long life be the goal, objective of life. May we remember God, pure consciousness, Sat Chit Ananda within us, in the soul center, in the fontanel, and in everyone else. I bow to Sri Guruji. I bow to the lineage of Master Lahiri Mahasaya. I bow to Babaji Maharaj. May their blessings guide us. Om Tat Sat Om.